The Toronto Raptors at the Philadelphia 76ers. NBA action for Thursday, November 2nd. Sixers here favored in this one by up to 9 now. We're seeing more action here on the Sixers, continuing to move in that direction. Total here, it looks like it's down to 216 or so. I think we could update that one here. Or I'll leave it higher. I mean, I feel like I like the over, so maybe we get your comments in here and see what you guys like. I might like the over a little bit too strong. That could be my premium, is what it feels like. But I'm just not sure of the side, and I don't want to give out a tough side. So what do you guys got here in this one? Nothing yet. You guys are still a little bit on that football game. Sorry if I didn't stick around there on that. But I better just stick with what I felt is the over. The reported steam did come in on the under here, so maybe that's why it is right now as low as 216, 215 and a half. But I've got to take the over in this one here with the Raptors and the Sixers. I do feel like these lower scores are hitting a little bit as far when the total seems to be lower right now. Well, it does seem like they are staying under, but to me this matchup feels like an over matchup with these right now anyway. So, and anyways, there's no unreasonable totals tonight. Those 230s, I struck out yesterday with two very high numbers as I tried to go under the 230. There is some trend information league wide that those big 230 games are not making it, but that based on some of the data from last year and maybe this year they are making it, because we saw Boston score over 150 points yesterday in a game that just never let up. All right, here's Fernando on the over in this one. Brent says he's got the Sixers winning this one by 10. And he says he's not excited, Brent. And I don't need to tell you how to bet, but if that is indeed your prediction, you have a premium there on the over, sir. You have 228 for your predicted score on a game that is the 10 points over. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just going, hey, if I had Brent Cook numbers, I'd be on a premium on the over. Ferner likes the over here as well, but he'll take it down to 212, 214 range, it sounds like. All right. Philly so far is 3-0 to the over this season. Fernando likes the over. Solo likes the Raptors. Here's the Sixers for Nathan. Panger Life here says Sixers first half full game. Joey says taking the Sixers. Nathan will not be betting the NBA today, even though he just gave out the Sixers. Ray says, give me the under. And Luke says, take the Sixers. They did the right thing. They got rid of the headache here, right? If they only would have, I don't know, they'll be fine. They've got a superstar who can shine now, and it feels like a good thing long term for the Sixers. Will it start tonight? I'm not sure just yet. Give me the over right now. It does feel like, for me, I'm leaving it up there at 217 because I kind of like it as a premium, and I do agree. It looks like it's 9 everywhere right now. I'll take the over. The Detroit Pistons are going to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. NBA action here for Thursday, November the 2nd. Wow, November the 2nd. Right now, it looks like New Orleans is a 7.5 point favorite, and the total is down to 218. We have seen some movement here on the over just within the last, 10 or 15 minutes. It's taken a little bit higher, but probably lower than this number that I have on screen. New Orleans comes in 3-1, Detroit 2-3 thus far. Got some plays here maybe from you guys on this one. Maybe Nathan here says I'm on the Pelicans, coming in with that 3-1 mark. And that's the way I'm gonna probably go as well. I'm gonna probably lay it here. Look, I'm on kind of Detroit. Um, I want to say kind of long term or whatever. I don't know. It feels like we like Detroit a little bit here in the long term, but I don't know if I do tonight, you guys. I'm leaning to the Pelicans here. I think Rays on the Pistons and the points, and Brent here says Pelicans 110, Pistons 102. That looks like an under here, although Brent has listed Pelicans -7 there. Yeah, spread too close, but I'd say if I had Brent's numbers, I'd be looking to go. Uh, if I had Brent's projection, I'd look to go under. I'm actually kind of looking to the over in this game myself. And I almost want to save New Orleans a little bit, but it's a lot of points. So, and that's what Brent said right there. Yeah, it looks like there are some on Detroit, certainly there, Nathan. But I'm going to take New Orleans here right now as my play on the show. And move on. Got a lot of games, so it's going to just got to make a pick and move on. It feels like the Orlando Magic and the Utah Jazz. NBA action for Thursday here. The Magic on the road. Uh, I believe the Jazz have probably moved to a 1 point favorite here. This is one I probably at least got to change. Looks like the Jazz have moved to the 1 point favorite tonight, and the total has dropped here, maybe a point, point and a half, 221, 221 and a half or so here. There we go. All right. Uh, for the Jazz here in this one, look, there was a reported steam that came in here on the Jazz already or today that moved this line to Jazz uh, as the 1 point favorite here. But for me, I was more interested probably in the total in this one. Uh, this evening at 221 now. I'm looking to the over with the Magic and the Jazz here tonight. This one opened as high as 224, or I've seen 224, and this one's only dropped lower. So I get it. I guess that's what the sharps are doing. Haven't necessarily seen it, you know, be a steam play or anything of that nature. But for me, I'm going to end up with the over in the game between the Magic and the Jazz tonight. This one on the side, well, it opened maybe close to a pick, and we've just seen some back and forth action here. Let's get your plays on this one. Jazz could come out flat off the back to back, and it could go under. Man, Brent and I are not. Uh, and again, hey, you know, I could stand to get a few more data points, I guess. Looks with his comment here. He watched the Magic versus the Lakers and the Clippers. They have bad shooters, and I don't know. I've talked about Bancaro, and I, feel like I hope that there's not a problem here, but he has not looked good so far this season. I mean, it's looked fine as far as health wise and all that, but he's not having the performances that he did early on, and even his rookie year early in the season. Fernando will be with me on the over. And Ferner's on the Jazz. Thomas is on Orlando. And Ferner said he was on the Jazz in that game last night against Memphis, and the Jazz got it done, of course, in a pretty solid over, I would say, right? Hello to Darren today. Here is Fernando. He wants to be on the Magic in this one. And I just was not sure at this point, or I'm not tipping my hand maybe, but I'll take the over with the Magic and the Jazz. I'm fading the move here a little bit. One more on the hardwood here with the San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns. What a game these guys had the other night, huh? The Suns would like to get some revenge on these young Spurs after the Spurs just, stole the game. They stole the ball from Durant. They were harassing the Suns and all that, weren't they? They were looking all of a sudden after the Spurs got beat by, I don't know what it was, 30, 40, I don't know how many points they got beat. And all of a sudden they came up with a big, big comeback and a big, big effort. And Nathan says he's not a believer at all. He thinks everyone's really hype on uh, Wembanyama and thinks that the value here is with the other teams at this point. So it wasn't a good start for the Spurs, certainly, to the way things were going. Brent says he's got it as a close game, so he's probably going to be with the Spurs here. Rays on the Suns first quarter. Panger says he likes the Suns first half or first quarter. Suns to come out with a fast start. That's the way that's the way he's looking at this one. So, all right. For me, I've got another over here today with the Spurs and the Suns. At is it 225? And let me take a look at this one. Make sure I get the right line. In fact, it might be even as high as 226 right now. Let me put it up there at 226. And the spread seems to have gone up just a bit here to 8.5. Again, it was the Spurs getting the win, getting the money, just a great confidence building victory for Wembanyama and the Spurs when they beat the Suns in the big comeback in the last game. So that was big time. 115, 114 would be big time Spurs. This is right here. That's Spurs and under right there. Spurs and over right there. Solo likes the Spurs to hang in there all of a sudden. And here is Thomas says Suns win, Spurs cover. Look, Spurs are 2-2, and so's Phoenix at this point. I said on here, and you guys kind of, set me straight a little bit. I said, man, the Suns don't look good. The way they choked that game. And, you guys calmed me down a little bit, said, hey, don't forget, you still have the, injury factor, which is involved in this game too. Certainly with Booker, with Beal. Booker questionable tonight. And Beal is out. Damian Lee's still out. So do have a little bit of issues here, also on the injury front, and still a big spread. So okay, I'll take the over with the Spurs and the Suns. Darren says, "Give me the first quarter here." Okay, that's it for basketball. Here's tease it for Nathan. Furnace says, "Take the points. The Suns haven't shown too much yet."